Hi, this is Andrew with Acceleron Bank, and today we're going to talk about a little known subset of banking called correspondent banking. We're going to talk about what it is and what it isn't, and why it's important to the domestic as well as international banking community. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. Correspondent banking, by definition, is when one institution provides banking services to a smaller institution, or even just another institution. Correspondent banking is crucial for global banking, enabling safe money movement across borders, but really it's defined as a service where one bank provides necessary banking functionality to another bank. This can occur both domestically as well as internationally. Some of the services provided by correspondent banks to their respondent banks are international fund transfers, incoming fund settlement, check clearing, which in correspondent banking parlance is what we call collections. Cash management is another service, as well as loans. Since 2008, there has been a 25% increase in what we call de-risking. De-risking is something that happens when a correspondent bank deplatforms their downstream respondent bank. This can happen for a number of reasons, but the likely culprits are simply risk versus reward. Correspondents are in the business of making money, and they have to weigh the risk of providing services against the income they generate from those services. Western banks, particularly in the US and the EU, have reduced their correspondent roles due to regulatory risk and higher compliance costs. Again, remember our risk versus reward. But that's had an economic impact. Businesses in these regions have been affected. They're struggling. De-risking has hindered economic growth in these particular regions and for these small business owners and other corporates. And it's also increased financial exclusion. And this gets to the root of the problem, in which we call the problem of one. And that is really over-reliance on one correspondent bank. Over-reliance on one correspondent bank increases systemic risk, particularly if these banks withdraw services from your local bank. So we have a saying that strategic diversification, meaning engaging with a broader range of correspondent banks, including those in emerging markets, can mitigate risk and ensure continued access to global financial networks. This is what we at Acceleron preach and what many community banks in the US are looking at these days. So, what does the future of correspondent banking look like? Well, adopting technology to mitigate the risk of compliance, AML, and BSA concerns will reverse the trends that we see in de-risking of local banks, both domestically and abroad. Western banks in particular can really benefit from recent technology advancements in the form of compliance and BSA. They can also help them focus on other business verticals, which can help generate new streams of income for both the banks as well as provide new services for their corporate customers. Again, my name is Andrew with Acceleron Bank. I hope you found this session useful. Please visit us at acceleronbank.com for more information on the services we provide.